Well, welcome back to Salt Swab Thinking and Talking Stuff. I was thinking about, the goals that was said about 60 years ago that's causing all our difficulties today. And they've been working on those, and they hadn't taken their eye off of them, and they've made a little progress every year. And their goal is to tire and take down capitalism, and they're just about there. They've about done their job on that, and we're now suffering the consequences of what I consider being setting the wrong goal. And that reminds me a little bit about back when I was a younger guy. I set my eyes on probably a wrong goal and caused a little bit of strife. But anyway, that was about the old farm, and that old tractor there back in the day was one of the most powerful and heavy duty row crop tractors that was on the market at the time. And it was a big old heavy duty powerful thing, and it'd pull those 4 rows and 3 row busters without even being a strain. And I said, I used to say that thing had power steering. Well, it it did. It had called the power I had to turn that thing at the suckers at the end of the row. Boy, I'll tell you what, it was a go-getter though, and I was proud to be able to drive that thing. That was a goal, being able to get off that little Ford and drive that big old tractor. And right here is the old where the mechanical power lift was, and that thing worked on a cycle. And you get to the end of the row, you'd kick that power lift with your foot, and you'd have to move that foot out of the way, or that thing, when it cocked back around and cocked up, it would pop you right on the shin. And man, I'll tell you what, that ain't no pain like you ain't ever had on that. That was pain. And I bet you I've got 10 chunks out of my shin where I forgot. Sometimes pain don't cause you to forget stuff. You just keep doing the same thing over again. Part of insanity, I guess. But anyway, that old tractor uh, popped my foot, my shins many a time. And my dad was going to let me lay out the farm, and he loved those straight rows, and he considered those straight rows the sign of a good farmer. And it was an ego trip because all the farmers drive by and look at your property and see those straight rows, and they say, "Man, that is a good farmer there." They look at those rows, and he loved those old straight rows, and he liked those things, and he was proud to have them, and he always laid them out and real good. So this year it was my job because he had something else he was doing, and he turned it over to me, and maybe he just was playing like he had something else to do to give me the job. I don't know, but anyway, he told me, he said, "You take that exhaust pipe on that tractor, and you put it on a side on the horizon over there, and you keep your eye on that in that smokestack right on that object that you got, and you'll have a straight road. You'll have it just straight as an arrow." And I thought that was nothing much more simple than that. I can do that. Oh, that's a simple thing I can do. And I was proud to get up on that old big tractor, and I put that old smokestack exhaust pipe on a big shiny object right there on the horizon, and I said, that old barn roof over there is just going to be the right target for me to go down and keep my eye on that goal, the goal of keeping that exhaust pipe right there on that roof, shiny roof. So I did, and we were farming this section of land, and these rows were a mile long, and so for a whole mile I kept my eye on that exhaust pipe and that shiny thing on the horizon, and I knew I was going to have the straightest road that ever was laid out. I was going to outdo my dad, and he was going to think I was really great and say how wonderful I was to do that. And he was a sturdy old guy, and he kept his eye on everything pretty much. And so anyway, we got to the end of the row, and I looked back, and I had a big old curve. And I figured out I had put my eye and that exhaust pipe on a tanker car on a train, and I just made that old mile curve there, just followed that train right over the horizon. And I knew that my dad was not going to be a happy camper about those old curved roads we had. He liked these straight roads. These pretty roads here, that was a sign of a great farmer. And look at the pretty roads. He loved those kind of roads. And he kept his eye on there, and he was proud of those kind of roads. And he always had them until this time. And I was pretty ashamed about I had screwed the pooch. I had messed up, and I was thinking about all of that while I was thinking about the mess up we got going on right now too. So the old Ford tractor, that's the one I had drove when I was about 9 years old, 9 or 10. My dad put me on that thing and would just go in a circle and put a moldboard and lay out the land where we was just going to sow wheat and stuff. But I was real happy to get graduate up to that big old tractor like that, because man, that was a big old powerful thing, and I felt like a man driving that thing. So that's my thoughts while thinking now, and I hope you have a good one, and I hope to see you again soon. Happy thoughts. As Roy Rogers said, happy trails to you, friend.